Macabro, you look like fucking Dark Helmet with that thing on your head.
Oh, that's a wicked burn. Oh, you wonderful, horrible bitch, you. Oh, hello there. It is I, Darth Macabro, accompanied by the sassy Wesitolorians, and we're here to wish you all a happy revenge of the 5th, or Cinco de Mayo. Arriba Cinco de Mayo. Let's get drunk. Which, I can't, because, I already did that. But yes, we are here to regale you with part 2 of the Star Wars celebration. And, again, this channel is well known for being a horror channel. We talk about horror topics. But, Star Wars, to myself and a lot of people, are also a big part of our existence. For me personally, it's been part of my life since Return of the Jedi. Through either the merchandising or the media or what have you, Star Wars is always present in my existence. And we are going to talk about a few things that are truly horrifying to see in our beloved Star Wars franchise. Yes, indeed. The seeds of discontent were already planted with the ongoing, continuing tweaks to the special editions. Yes, indeed. Again, the original Star Wars trilogy is one of my favorite trilogies, accompanied by Back to the Future, which is pretty good as well, and Indiana Jones. Those three, in my opinion, well, that and the Romero Zombie trilogy, Night of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead, are some of the most perfect trilogies of all time. I have a few more. Maybe one day I'll talk about my favorite trilogies. But, yes indeed, the Star Wars trilogies, I've watched them so many times. And every time I see a new tweak to it, I'm like, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Stop it. But we're not talking about the original Star Wars trilogy. We did that yesterday. Today we're going to talk about what happened afterwards. And with the release of these special editions in the 90s, the Star Wars interest picked up again. Everyone was talking about how Star Wars was coming back, and they were clamoring for a new entry. We already had associated media to Star Wars. We had, of course, the cartoons. We had, of course, all the other side projects, the expanded universe of books, of video games. So Star Wars never left. It was just not in the theater. So George Lucas announced that he was going to release the origin of the Star Wars trilogy, the prequel trilogy, because he wanted to show what led to the downfall of Anakin Skywalker and the rise of Darth Vader. Because he felt he didn't want to get the old crew back because he thought they were old from what I remember in an interview. And he wanted to showcase what happened before. Now, I would have been happy with a sequel trilogy, but at the same time I was kind of curious about what came before, but not that much. Again, the original trilogy sets it up. Darth Vader was Anakin Skywalker. He fell to the dark side, became evil, joined the Empire, and then Luke redeemed him, and everything was hunky-dory. I wanted to know what happened afterwards, which again, that's what the expanded universe was for, I guess. But Lucas went ahead and did The Phantom Menace and released it, and this was super hyped. I remember it very fondly indeed. When I saw the trailer, I saw Darth fucking Maul! Darth Maul! This red and black motherfucker that had dual lightsabers, like, holy shit, this guy's fucking awesome! I like the cut of his chip, because again, red and black, it's a theme with me, you see. And it looked pretty cool. Some things were, I'm like, I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that at all. But the pod race looked cool. So, and the toys were getting hyped. I remember I begged my dad, Macabro, to take us to Toys R Us to get a few figures. And it was a fucking madhouse. Everyone was getting a whole bunch of the fucking Star Wars toys because they were speculating the original Star Wars toys still now go for a lot of money. And these people are like, oh, I'm going to buy it all and mint it and I'll make a fortune. But the stupid people don't realize that the old toys are valuable because they're fucking old. Your new toys are mass-produced. They're not going to be worth that much. But still, I was only able to come out with a Darth Maul win and Mace Windu, which I was happy for. Yes, indeed. I wanted Darth Maul. That's the one I wanted, and thankfully that's the one I got. So, the movie comes out. Professor Macabro is sitting in his chair, hoping to be transported and recapture the magic of the original series and trade disputes, blockade, negotiations. Oh no. I liked parts of the Phantom Menace. Again, I liked the pod race. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked Darth Maul for all the good he was in that movie. Thankfully, they expanded more on Darth Maul later with shows like, what was it? The Rebels and the Clone Wars. They really expanded Darth Maul and made him into a proper badass. But unfortunately, the Phantom Menace kind of took a big old shit on Darth Maul. And I was like, oh no. But then we had the whole weird dialogue between Anakin and Padme. And I was like, are you an angel? Oh no. What the fuck happened? Did you fire the people that were helping you write Star Wars and you did it all yourself, Lucas? And then we had Jar Jar Binks. Misa, Misa, and I must say that as much as I dislike Anakin and Jar Jar Binks, what happened to those two poor actors was totally unwarranted. They got humiliated. They got bashed on, and it wasn't their fault. There was only one person responsible for that, and that was Lucas, not the actor that played Jar Jar, and certainly not Jake Lloyd that played Anakin. Anakin just gave up. He stopped acting. And the poor actor that did Jar Jar's eventually returned in one of the Disney Plus shows as the Jedi that saves Grogu. But man, the hate that those two actors got was way out of hand. And for shame for what you did to those two poor people. Jeez. But it kind of left not a very happy taste in my palate for the Phantom Menace. I was like, yeah, it was okay, but had moments, but it doesn't feel like Star Wars. And everything looked too... it was new at the time, as it was the new thing to have CGI, but it looked too fake. It looked too not real, too floaty, and I'm not a big fan of that. And then we got Attack of the Clones, and... oh, no. Had Yoda flipping around like a fucker. Had Christopher Lee, that was pretty cool. But then they had the whole Jango Fett, which is what that one is. And how Boba Fett, one of the most mysterious, one of the most interesting, appealing characters in the original trilogy, because you knew jack shit about him. Well, it turns out he's a clone of a proper Mandalorian. They wanted a kid, and he had a kid. And all the clone troopers are basically Jango Fett. And then we got Revenge of the Sith. And that movie fixed a lot of the problems. It still has the problem with a movie series coming out before another one that's trying to piece together plot elements to like, oh shit, in the original trilogy we mentioned that, oh fuck, now I gotta make this thing fit. Like trying to fit these two puzzle pieces that don't fit together, but you gotta do it, so otherwise the puzzle's not complete. So get in there, you fucking piece. You're gonna stay there. There we go. It looks like shit, but whatever. I got it out. So yes, Revenge of the Sith is the better one of the prequel trilogy, but well, when you have two lackluster entries being the best of shit, well, it's not hard to come by. But I do like Revenge of the Sith, even though, again, it does feel like they're trying to just make things, force things to make sense with the original movies, but it is the better one. So, Star Wars eventually got sold to Disney, and they announced that they were going to do a new trilogy. And I remember seeing the trailer for The Force Awakens. I was like, yes, this looks good. Yes. I am happy for this. And it does get a lot of complaints, a lot of criticisms from people that say it's basically just Star Wars A New Hope, but adapted to a new generation. I was like, well, yes. You wanna get people to get a proper palate cleanser and go into this with interest, and they did. I did really enjoy The Force Awakens. Daisy Ridley, even though a lot of people complained that she was too Mary Sued, I liked her. She had good charisma. She was cute as a button, and I was interested in Rey. And then you had Poe Dameron and Finn. Good characters. And then you had your legacy character with Han Solo and Chewbacca and Princess Leia. And Kylo Ren looked cool when he kept the fucking mask on. But then he had to take his mask off and like, oh, it's me, Adam Driver. And I'm like, no, don't take off the mask. You're ruining the mystique, you fucker. But, yes, indeed. I like the Force Awakens. Then we got... What did we get? I think we got Rogue One, and Rogue One is fucking amazing. That's the best one of the sequel entries that we got. It puts the war in Star Wars, and I loved it. I loved that it had the balls to kill off a lot of these really cool characters. The fucking robot was my favorite character in that. Yes, kind of like a pissed off Black Bender. I like that a lot. And so Rogue One is my favorite one. Then we got The Last Jedi. Oh no. It felt like Attack of the Clones and The Phantom Menace all over again. What the fuck was up with that casino scene? They got rid of fucking Captain Phasma. It's Darth Maul all over again. She looked cool in this silver the First Order Stormtrooper look. And then Kylo Ren's without his fucking mask, all of it. And then Snoke got taken out. The Crimson Guard still looks cool. I really like the look of those fuckers. And then they had the interesting thing with the the ship going through the Star Destroyer at warp drive. Good moments, but they were... what's that stupid term that they used? They were something about expectations. And I was like, oh, fuck you. And of course, since that did very poorly... And I don't know, whose fault is that? Is it the writer, the director that said, like, fuck that, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want? And Disney wasn't like, oh shit, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? People didn't like this shit. And then there was Solo, which is okay. And then we got Rise of Skywalker. And again, a lot of people really hate this one, but compared to Last Jedi, it's pretty good. But it is, of course, Disney trying to do a really half-assed job at fixing stuff. Like, oh shit, we killed Snoke. Bring back the Emperor. Yes, the Emperor. He was always behind this. The Emperor. Yes, indeed. But with the Disney thing, we did get things like The Mandalorian. That was pretty cool. Ahsoka. They followed up on Rogue One with that Andor series. They did Rebels, but they didn't do Rebels. Ahsoka is what they did a follow-up to. And it has been hit or miss with Disney. The movies seem to kind of like not be no good, but the TV shows have become very interesting because they do allow people that know and care about Star Wars to do that. But yes, oh boy, Star Wars. A lot of people say that it is the worst thing, the worst movies franchise that has taken such a sharp dip. But if you're a fan of Highlander, Star Wars is great by comparison compared to Highlander. Oh, what the fuck was Highlander the source? So, I'm still excited whenever I see a new Disney Star Wars project, because I don't want Star Wars to die. I want Star Wars to continue and be enjoyed for generations to come. I just want them to make good products. It's all. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. But yes, that has been my experience and my thoughts on the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy and all the other things that we've gotten. I do so hope that Disney gets their shit together for the sequel trilogy that will follow Daisy Ridley. Again, another poor actress that seems to have gotten a lot of hate for her role. She was good. She was good in the role. It's not her fault that the product that Disney was producing was not the best. They wanted to subvert expectations. That's the word I couldn't remember. Subvert expectations and be all like, oh, we're Disney. We're so forward-thinking and we are inclusive and all that other stuff. And Star Wars is inclusive, but when you shove it down people's throats, they're going to start to gag and want to get it out of their throats. Super corporate people. But yes, let me know what you think of everything following the original trilogy in the comments down below. Do you love everything? Do you hate everything? Let us know, please. But until we see you all again next time, happy Revenge of the 5th and happy Cinco de Mayo. Get yourself nice and wasted to erase the memories of the bad moments in Star Wars. But this has been Darth Macabro. That's Wesley Tolorian. And we wish you all, like always, a good evening.